Van life sucks. Now don't get me wrong, I love living in my van, but it's always a mess. My clothes are all over the place, I got a bottle of water there, I got my blinds on my bed. Well, at least my bed's kind of made. You notice dust builds up faster, your hair gets everywhere. I mean, I have too much hair, so it's gonna get everywhere anyways. Sometimes your van's too small, you don't have a toilet in there. I don't have a toilet in mine, and it's too small for one. So anytime I have to go, I always have to find a public restroom, or I go use the woods. It's kind of easier for a guy, so that's a plus. And for a lot of van life people, we're always constantly moving around, meeting new people, seeing a lot of cool things. And because we're meeting a lot of cool people, we're also saying bye to a lot of cool people. And the power you use in your van is very important, and you want to keep your power source healthy, so you got to monitor your battery levels all the time to make sure you're not running your batteries too low to damage the batteries. And now your home is also your transportation, so you got to make sure everything's working here. If this breaks down, your home breaks down, and you can't be in your home while they're working on it. And there's also the big question of how I'm going to keep myself cool. You can run the car all the time, run the AC, and keep your van cool, or you could run some roof vents, but that's going to be kind of hard to cool down when it's direct sunlight, really hot. You need an AC. And this van doesn't have an AC, so I got to leave my doors open. I got to go park in cool places, higher elevations, things like that, things to think about when you're living in a van. And you're going to get asked, do you live in a van down by the river? All the time, I guarantee it. And if you built your own van and people think it looks really nice and they always tell people about it and want to show it off, you're going to have to keep your van clean because you're going to be showing your van to a lot of friends all the time. When it comes time to work, you can do it remotely. You can work just about anywhere. But I'm working in one spot right now, and I'm living in one spot right now. And it's fun to live in a van while traveling the country. But while you're living in one spot, it's kind of boring. You sit in your van all the time. You don't know what to do after you get out of work. And for somebody that wants to constantly be moving around all the time, I hate staying in one spot. So that's my own fault, but, you know, part of the problem. And you got to get used to not showering for weeks at a time sometimes. I mean, it depends on your situation or what you're doing or wherever you are, but sometimes while you're traveling, you're not going to shower. You might stink a little. I showered yesterday. I'm clean. And now that your home is your transportation, you got to measure how many miles per gallon your house gets. So now you got to put gas in your house. And throughout your journey of living in a van, you might park in some questionable spots, and you're going to be woken up by the cops knocking on your door telling you to move. So you got to move your home at like 3 a.m. And then you got odors. You live in a small space. Odors are going to stink up really fast. You take off your shoes where you live. It's going to stink it up. Get Febreze. And if you get a van running away from your problems, expecting it to work, it's still going to follow you, but at least you'll have a nice view. Getting sick in a van. I was in a parking lot sick for almost a week, just laying in bed. That sucked. Now, with all that being said, this is why